The majority of those who died today were children. Beautiful little kids between the ages of 5 and 10 years old.
President Obama struggling to keep his composure. The grief of an entire nation visible in the tears he tried and failed to suppress.
They had their entire lives ahead of them. Birthdays, graduations, weddings.
Earlier, the president spoke to Connecticut Governor Dan Malloy, as well as FBI Director Robert Mueller, who's coordinating the investigation with state authorities.
I offered Governor Malloy my condolences on behalf of the nation and made it clear he will have every single resource that he needs to investigate this heinous crime, care for the victims, counsel their families. We've endured too many of these tragedies in the past few years.
The partisan bickering suddenly seemed ever less important. Deliberations over that looming fiscal cliff interrupted.
At approximately 10:30 this morning, in the Oval Office, the President was notified by his Homeland Security Advisor, John Brennan, of the shooting in Newtown, Connecticut, at a school. The President is receiving regular updates as more information becomes available.
The President has received many of those emergency updates over the last 4 years. From a Congresswoman shot at a supermarket in Tucson, Arizona, she survived, but 6 others did not.
Our hearts are broken by their sudden passing. Our hearts are broken.
To an Aurora, Colorado movie theater this past summer, 12 dead.
When you have an opportunity to visit with families who have lost their loved ones, as I describe to them, I come to them not so much as president as I do as a father and as a husband.
Yet later that same month, the president faced criticism from liberals for a speech to the National Urban League.
What I said in the wake of Tucson was we were going to stay on this persistently.
Where he talked about violence, but very carefully danced around the issue of gun control and offered no specific plans for follow-through.
We recognize the traditions of gun ownership that passed on from generation to generation, that hunting and shooting are part of a cherished national heritage. But I also believe that a lot of gun owners would agree that AK-47s belong in the hands of soldiers, not in the hands of criminals.
Today in the White House briefing room, a dramatic shift, a specific promise of action in his second term.
These neighborhoods are our neighborhoods, and these children are our children. And we're going to have to come together and take meaningful action to prevent more tragedies like this, regardless of the politics.
For now, the president has ordered flags be flown at half-staff at military posts, public buildings and grounds, including the White House, where there's a grieving staff and first family.
This evening, Michelle and I will do what I know every parent in America will do, which is hug our children a little tighter, and we'll tell them that we love them.
Captain Mark Kelly, husband of Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, said today she sends her prayers from Tucson. And he added that a meaningful discussion about the nation's gun laws, quote, can no longer wait. At the White House, Ed Henry, Fox News.